country has the most Spanish speakers in the world, the nation that consumes the most Coca-Cola globally, a place with an incredibly eerie museum of mummies. Mexico hides a series of mysteries that will surprise you. Join us as we dive deep into the heart of this diverse and captivating nation, uncovering all the interesting facts and unique experiences it has to offer. Get ready to be amazed by the beauty and charm of Mexico as we take you on an unforgettable adventure that will leave you wanting more. So grab your passport and pack your bags, because we're about to start our trip to Mexico. I am Honey Badger. If you have any other interesting information about this country, share in the comments section and consider subscribe to help the channel grow. If you happen to visit Mexico, remember to learn some basic Spanish phrases beforehand. Mexico is the country with the highest number of Spanish speakers globally, surpassing even Spain, the birthplace of this language. According to a study published in 2015, Mexico has the largest Spanish-speaking community in the world with 121 million people. This is a result of centuries of Spanish colonial rule, from the 16th century until Mexico declared independence in 1810. The Mexican law recognizes 68 official indigenous languages in this country. Although Spanish is still the main language, used in most business and political activities, in these 68 languages, there are also dozens of variants, and the number of indigenous languages spoken in Mexico could reach nearly 200 languages. Many of these languages are at risk of disappearing because they only exist in small communities and often spoken only by older generations. Welcome to Guanajuato, a city steeped in history and mystique. Nestled in the heart of Mexico, this enchanting town holds a secret that draws curious visitors from around the world. Museo de las Momias de Guanajuato, or Museum of the Mummies of Guanajuato. This is known as the scariest museum in the world, with over 100 mummies on display. The museum was established in 1950. During that time in Mexico, families who couldn't afford the cost of preserving their deceased loved ones' bodies, 95 pesos for 20 years, so would be placed in the museum for exhibition. Inside the walls of this museum is a collection of preserved bodies, embalmed in the unique environmental conditions of the area. But behind each mummy is a story, a glimpse into the lives of the people of Guanajuato centuries ago. As you step inside, you are transported back in time to the 19th century, when a cholera epidemic swept through Guanajuato. The dry and arid climate, combined with the mineral-rich soil of the region, led to the unintentional mummification of the deceased. Here, you'll encounter the mummified remains of men, women, and children, frozen in time for over a century. Some appear serene, as if in peaceful repose, while others bear the marks of the suffering they have endured in life. But amidst the somber silence, there's a sense of reverence for these ancient souls. They serve as a reminder of the fragility of life and the passage of time, transcending the boundaries of mortality. It's fascinating and haunting to see these mummies up close. It's like they're reaching out from the past to tell us their stories. I never imagined I would witness something like this. And so, as you leave Museo de las Momias behind, remember to cherish each moment and embrace the mysteries of the past. Because in Guanajuato, the echoes of history are preserved for eternity. If you go to Mexico, be careful, because Mexico is one of the countries with the top criminal gang problems in the world. The criminal gangs here have developed to the extent that even the law is helpless. Many people even compare the national security forces of this country, much less than the members of the criminal gangs. The drug trafficking kingpins in Mexico are so wealthy that they flaunt their riches on social media, posted images like golden guns, hot girls, or even expensive Ferrari supercars. One of the reasons leading to this situation is the social imbalance in Mexico. The disparity between the rich and the poor in this country is also very alarming. A statistic shows that the proportion of people living in extreme poverty accounts for 46% of the total population of this country. Widespread unemployment, along with low-paying jobs, has made life extremely difficult for the people. However, they can earn a large amount of money to improve their lives by joining these criminal gangs. That's why more and more people in this North American country have joined the criminal gangs, which means the number of members is increasing day by day. In general, the roles of the leaders and commanders are absolute in this organization. Many individuals who were once police and military officers are prioritized for recruitment into important positions in the gangs in Mexico. This further strengthens them, making their tactics against the government more sophisticated. For many years, the US and Mexico have cooperated under the Merida Initiative program. Washington has provided military firepower, technical assistance, and security training to help this neighboring country prevent drug trafficking routes. Both sides have jointly dismantled many major drug trafficking organizations, captured and eliminated many notorious kingpins, such as Joaquín Guzmán Loera, Miguel Trevino Morales, Heriberto Lascano, and hundreds of tons of drugs have been seized and destroyed. Among them, Joaquín Guzmán Loera, also known as El Chapo, is one of the most influential figures in the drug trafficking world. He was born in the state of Sinaloa, one of the most complex drug trafficking areas in Mexico. El Chapo's Sinaloa cartel has been operating since 1984, considered one of the world's largest criminal organizations, with a vast network and sophisticated operation and ruthless methods. El Chapo transported drugs across borders by road, airways, sea, and even has submarines and private planes. This gang is accused of killing between 2,000 to 3,000 people in its criminal activities. Thanks to his illegal activities, in 2009, Forbes magazine estimated El Chapo's net worth at $1 billion, and in Mexico, he was even hailed as a hero by someone. Even the story of El Chapo's life is passed down by word of mouth among the people and serves as a source of inspiration for songs about his notorious background. Mexico has women-only carriages in metro. Let's address a common stereotype that Mexican women face constant abuse. In reality, women in Mexico have certain privileges that aim to protect their safety in Mexico. They have deployed a bus service exclusively for women and designated sections on the subway. This is a huge step towards ensuring the safety and comfort of female commuters. Let's look at Turkey. Unlike Mexico, where efforts have been made to safeguard women in public transport, unfortunately, Turkish women face a different reality. There, they often endure harassment without any special provisions to protect them. The government hasn't even considered creating a dedicated portion for women. Now let's talk about a cultural aspect that further contributes to women's sense of privilege in Mexico. Mexican men are famous for their strong and passionate nature. This means they exhibit chivalrous behavior, such as open doors for women, picking them up on a date, or meeting, and often covering expenses. It's a cultural standard that reinforces a sense of respect and consideration towards women. Although there are areas specifically for women, a study conducted in Mexico City in 2020 revealed that many women actually prefer using the general sections of the subway. Why? Well, it turns out that men in these areas tend to kindly offer their seats to women, a gesture that isn't always replicated in the women-only carriages. In Mexico, there exists a vibrant tradition that celebrates the cycle of life and death. Dia de los Muertos, or the Day of the Dead, is one of the most important and popular festivals in Mexico. From October 31st to November 2nd, Mexicans come together to honor and remember their ancestors, because people here believe that the spirits of the departed will return to visit their families during this time. The centerpiece of the Day of the Dead celebrations is the ofrenda, a beautifully decorated altar that serves as a welcoming space for the souls of the departed. The Day of the Dead is also marked by festive parades, music, and dance, when people celebrate the joyous reunion between the living and the dead. In Mexico, the Day of the Dead is not a time of mourning, but a celebration of life and the enduring bond between the living and the departed. Cancun Beach, located along the stunning coastline of Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula, stands as a beacon of natural beauty and tranquility amidst the bustling world. With pristine white sands, crystal clear turquoise waters, and swaying palm trees, Cancun Beach showcases the essence of a tropical paradise, inviting visitors to immerse themselves in its captivating splendor. As one sets foot on the shores of Cancun Beach,
A sense of awe and wonder washes over them, the scene of a vast, endless, sparkling sandy beach stretching to the horizon, surrounded by the clear blue waters of the Caribbean Sea. Right here, between the gentle sound of the waves and the caress of the sea breeze, that one finds solace and serenity in the embrace of nature.
The waters of Cancun Beach are a mesmerizing shade of turquoise, so clear and inviting that one cannot help but be drawn to them. As the gentle waves lap against the shore, they create a soothing melody, lulling the visitors into a state of relaxation and happiness. Whether swimming, snorkeling, or simply sunbathing, the waters of Cancun Beach offer endless opportunities for adventure and exploration. Those are some interesting facts I know about Mexico, a place with many beautiful scenes, but also extremely dangerous. Be careful when you visit Mexico. I am Honey Badger. If you have any other interesting information about this country, share in the comments section, and consider subscribe to help the channel grow. Now, goodbye, and see you later in the next sections.